Should I do it?
It'll make sense in post.
Oh, okay.
So, this is the pilot episode of Literature Pit, aka
Lit Pit.
I'm Dizzywit,
And I might be Nessa.
and this is how it starts. Today we're going to take a look at
Popular home remedies and superstitions of the Pennsylvania Germans.
sorry. We found this at a thrift store.
Should we say the thrift store?
I mean,
no?
Ringgold Feed and Seed. It's like one of the best
It is the best.
thrift stores in the world. It's right beside a barn where a guy sells.
Well, he's got a cotton gin for sale,
You walk around in it and then just ask him how much stuff costs.
but he also sleeps there.
He had a cauldron for sale,
I know, we missed out on that
and
one.
somebody bought it before we got to it.
Yeah. So you want to just jump in?
I reckon. Nessa actually found this in a used vinyl bin.
Yeah.
I think I took a picture of it. Let's see if I did. It'll be right here if
Okay.
I did.
It was filled with a bunch of odd records. It may have been interesting to someone, but I found this buried in there. And it stuck out to me because my dad is actually one of the Pennsylvania Germans. So I'm just gonna randomly choose a page, Dizzy, and then I'm gonna read you some advice.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. You know what? We need a table.
We do need a table. For the first episode, we don't get a table.
Okay. It's one of those things where you got to build the set piece by piece.
Maybe. Is it weird if I put the Smith & Wesson logo facing the camera?
So the section that I thought that I would read from, the main heading on this section is called Laws for the Farmer and Woodsman.
All right.
There are several subsections in Laws for the Farmer and Woodsman. So you got your poultry and eggs, you got your trees, but towards the end, there is pets, cats and dogs. And I thought I would read that for us.
All right.
Men, women, and children quite often are fond of some form of animal or bird life. Our interest in them often correspond to affections we bear to children or other members of our own families. A person fond of dogs and cats will make a good husband or wife. If you touch kittens before their eyes are open, the mother cat will let them starve.
That is actually true. I was told to never touch a cat when it's young because the oil on your hands will ruin the scent and then a mom will abandon them. So here in Appalachia, that's a superstition as well. Also, before we continue, where do these superstitions come from? Is this just like...
Son,
Is this a
they're from
compendium?
the Pennsylvania Germans.
I mean, what are their sources here? Are they just talking shit?
They are, because all folklore is talking shit, but it seems like the Pennsylvania German Society has compounded a whole bunch of...
Okay, so it's credited. Okay.
It is credited. These aren't just two dudes.
Okay, cool. I was
Like,
just making sure, because I can say some
They
shit too.
run a historical society for that sect
All right, cool.
of...
Anyway, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted
No,
to make
you're
sure.
fine. To prevent a dog from running away, feed him some bread, which you have warmed in your armpits.
Okay. It's a new one on me.
I've never heard it myself.
Myth unconfirmed.
I don't know. Call a dog water or fire, and he cannot be bewitched.
Wait. Like, call a
Like,
dog?
I guess his name, you name him water or fire, and no one can ever bewitch him. You know how dogs keep getting bewitched. As they do.
Funny enough, that's not even the first thing that crossed my mind or the third thing.
Oh, okay.
I imagined someone stepping out of their, whatever their houses were like, their chute logs or whatever, and we're like, fire, and 60 dogs come running.
Oh, I see what you're thinking. No, they're going elemental.
Or is it like things, could you call your dog arson and it can't get bewitched? Or does it have to be literally fire and literally water?
It says quote unquote water and quote unquote fire.
All right.
They're not capitalized either, so I'm also still not clear on the instructions.
All right.
Water.
You about to eat my armpit bread, dog.
Okay, and the last entry under pets, cats, and dogs is scratch a dog where he can't scratch himself and he won't run away.
Okay. Maybe that's why Bjork doesn't run away. We scratch the back of her big ass head.
Yeah, really.
Is this interesting? Are we doing a good job?
I mean, I think
I
it's
think you're doing a good job. I don't know what
interesting.
I'm doing here.
There are some sections in here that I feel like no one cares to know. Listen, I will, let me read this to you what it says. Regarding these statements that we have now put out there as advice for pets, cats, and dogs, it says one man will do a thing one way, while some other man will do it another way. We know these things, but the odd part of it is that if these other fellows have the right way, which is right, why don't we follow suit? No, we are afraid that there isn't any right way, other than the way that they can best perform and best agree. The facts presented in this account cannot be accepted point blank as a panacea for any individual or public ills. When you look upon a mirror squarely and see what you see, and herein we likewise represent those things they have come to us out of the past.
You know what that sounds like to me?
Pennsylvania.
Oh,
come on.
You lost me so fast.
Oh.
Don't suck. That's what I got out of that.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Should we do witches and our own superstition? Well, this is on page 25. The page is a little jacked up. It looks like it's well used, which is why I suggest it. Death and hell are perhaps the only things that man fears more than witches. Nothing has come down through time that has harmed man's mind so much as these unseen things in the dark.
What about hoes and bitches?
Well, I mean, are they unseen things in the dark?
Well, hoes is, but I don't know about bitches. They be everywhere.
Briefly, some notions are recalled to us as follows. Borrowing. If you think you are bewitched, beware of the first person coming to borrow from you. It is the witch.
Okay, noted.
Broom. If you are bewitched, lay a broom before the door. The rules decree that the first person to come in and to pick up the broom is the witch.
Your
Black.
dog's about to puke.
I know, she's been out here eating grass
Better put
this whole
some
time.
garlic up your ass.
Get that armpit bread ready. The black cat is the most prevalent form of a witch. This is evident today when we fear the consequences which may follow if a black cat crosses our path. I call bullshit on that one.
The thing about it is, there's superstitions in hillbilly life too, where if a black cat crosses the road as you're driving in your car, you're supposed to put an X in the top of the window. Anytime a black cat crosses your path, you're supposed to do some whack shit.
You remember when Gotham lived with us though?
Yeah.
He crossed our path like 1,000 times a day.
We also broke up after that.
Did we? Was that after?
That was before.
Huh. Well, it didn't take.
Yeah, she kicked my ass out, rightfully so. She told me to get my ass in gear and get my shit together. And I'm like, I'll just get addicted to drugs. See you in a few. Now we're here.
Well,
And I'm not on drugs. I ain't.
I know.
How can you be on drugs and have this shit?
I know. Trust me.
Okay, I'm gonna turn this camera off.
Right to the moon. Eggshells. They should always be burned or crushed into smaller bits to prevent chickens from being bewitched. You know, as they do.
Brother, I didn't know animals could be bewitched.
I didn't.
Well, I guess goats.
That.
Where'd our dog go?
She's right here.
Oh.
I told you, she ain't a runner.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Yeah, it's okay. There's the last line of that one I'm not going to read. Okay.
Guns.
But what about guns?
Having them.
For a gun that is bewitched.
Yo, you telling me that... Wait, I own a lot of... Well, I can't say that on camera. There are a lot of guns in my family
Yes.
that have bodies on them. I wonder if they have been...
Cats. Listen though, I'm telling you how to fix it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
For a gun that is bewitched, stick 2 pins on it in the form of a cross. Witches and devils hate crosses, which, as we know, are weapons or charms handed down to us from the early Christian church.
Pins or pens?
P-I-N-S. not pens.
That joke goes out to Tom Lewis specifically. You know who you is.
A witch cannot, quote unquote, make her water until she seeks to be forgiven. If you are willing to lay a bewitched gun in a creek.
Make her water.
Yeah, she can't take a piss.
Oh, I thought she was boiling up water. Boiling up the water.
She can't make water. She can't
Wait,
piss.
she can't piss until your gun's disinfected?
Yeah, if you put your gun in the creek, your bewitched gun in the creek, she can no longer take a piss until she begs forgiveness.
But she's a witch, that's why she can't.
Yeah.
Bitch, where's my creek? I'm about to throw a gun in there and see if you're a witch.
Oh, here's a good one. Cut both sleeves out of a husband's shirt and burn them to discover who the witch is. If a woman comes along while you are boiling soap, son, that soap will be bewitched.
Damn.
Yeah.
When a woman comes along, she be with you.
Witches won't step over broomsticks. St. John's wort nailed to the door keeps out witches and flies. If you nail a toad's foot over the stable door, it'll keep witches out of the stable. Okay, this is like animal sacrifice. I'm not reading that one.
I want to know.
Cut off the ears of a black cat, burn them, and feed the ashes to the witch.
To do what?
Unclear?
See, like, come here, trick, and you give the huzz an ear.
Jesus.
Anyways, all right, let's move on from
Then
witches.
it starts getting a little weird.
Yeah.
It's starting to get a little weird. Ooh, how to get a future husband.
All right, let's teach the lady out there, the one lady watching this, how to get a husband.
In olden days, a girl kept on her new shoes the first time she wore them. The man who came to take them off was to be the new husband.
See, dudes are walking down the street being like, take your shoes off, take your shoes off, take your shoes off.
Yeah. I just don't feel like I should read some of these.
It's at your discretion. You're the literate one.
Yeah. How about death and how to circumvent it?
Okay.
A sick person will die if you move them from one room to another. If cracks appear in bread while baking, whining of a dog beneath a window, a picture falling from the wall, if a cricket gets in the house, a sick person pulling at the bedclothes, if you miss a row while planting, if a child cries while being baptized, that was straight up me. If horses neigh at a funeral, if you sneeze at the table, all of these are omens of death.
If you wind up a dog?
No, if he's whining, if he's sitting under your window and whining. But yeah, I mean, I guess.
I was like, how do you wind up a dog? Like, poking at it?
You do it every day to that
Yeah,
dog.
like get it excited. I was like,
No, this says the whining of a dog beneath a window is an omen of death. Do not erect a tombstone in less than a year after a death, or else there will be another death in the family.
you got to wait a whole year?
Yeah, before you put up the tombstone. We don't do that now. We want that shit up same day or whatever. If the body of a drowned person cannot be found, throw a loaf of bread into the water. If the body is anywhere nearby, the bread will hover over it.
I mean, you never know. So if there's a body in a lake, you throw a loaf of bread in, and then the loaf of bread goes over. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I believe that. Do you know what a water witch is?
No.
So around here, there's people called water witches, and they can
Oh,
sense,
with the water rods or whatever.
Yeah, they can sense when there's a well. Some people don't use water rods. My grandfather once put 2 rods in my hand and had me walk in a graveyard where there were bodies, and they will cross. I literally did it with my hands. Given I was 9 years old, I was like, that's stupid. And then he handed it to me, and it crossed.
Huh.
So there's something to it. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's like ghosts and spirits and shit, but you never know.
Little section is a commentary about how at the time, and mind you, we're talking in the 1930s, that it was presumed that lynching was, mostly something that white men did to black folk, but they evidently were having trouble with it within their own community. And it was mostly to avoid hexes.
I mean, hey.
So I won't go into the details or whatever, but it says that it was a common method to escape a hex. Witchcraft is not indigenous to a soil. It seems more likely to be attached to a soul. And as A. Monroe Aurand Jr., that's the person who wrote this book,
Oh, all right. I was about to say.
a local authority
Wait.
has pointed out.
Middle name Orange and the book's Orange.
Aurand, A-U-R-A-N-D.
I was about to drop the mic.
Yeah. Lynching, likewise, seems to originate not in the color of skin, but in those circumstances which accentuate the animal in man. I think these folks largely lived with their wagons circled, and I think they had some trouble.
All right, what else we milking out of this book?
Okay, hold on, and I'm gonna do the teeth section. But there is some wild shit in here that I would not read. But the teeth section is pretty good. Let's see. Many of our old-fashioned beliefs about teeth come from times BC. If teeth are picked by a splint of wood from a tree which was struck by lightning, your toothache will go away, but your tooth is still going to decay and fall out.
All right.
Cut your nails on Sunday or Friday to prevent a toothache.
That's the one you read to me that made me want to set this camera up.
I mean,
Who would have thunk?
I don't know.
I ain't never did it. Or maybe I do, and that's why I ain't got toothache.
Well, maybe so. To aid dentition, rub a child's gums with rabbit's brain before it is, however, 6 months old. It does not specify whether that's a reference to the child or the rabbit.
There's a creed that I live by. You know, I eat filter organs. I eat offal.
I do not.
I eat everything except brains. I don't believe in eating brains.
Why?
It just feels, you know how like some things aren't pornographic in nature, but you just feel it in your heart?
Yeah. For you,
Like
it's
when people
eating
like
a brain.
balloons too much or something.
Yeah. Okay.
I just feel like when I watched my grandpa suck squirrel brains through an eyeball, it just felt like it was the wrong thing to do. Hear me out. Also necks. I just don't get it. Feet, I don't get either.
You mean eating those things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to eat turkey necks. Just a big old pile of squirrel brains and turkey necks.
I think it's okay to use a turkey neck to flavor broth. I think you can boil down a turkey neck and then like throw it away.
I don't know. He died of some foul illnesses.
Wow.
So.
To prevent toothache, you should, when washing your face, pass the handful of water 3 times behind the ears.
See, this is funny because like I'm like, oh, it's stupid. But I guarantee you next time I do that, I'm going to be like,
Just to err on the side of caution. Your teeth
What do
will
I know?
decay if you eat anything at which rats have nibbled or at which someone else has nibbled. Don't be sharing food.
even with your woman?
It doesn't get more specific than that. It just says someone else.
All right, then. So you know how sometimes you'll bite off a piece of the pizza and say it's the tax?
Yeah.
Does that mean I knew you were trying to kill me secretly,
Yeah.
but I think you're just trying to get me.
A toothache?
Yeah, whatever Gypsy Rose Blanchard's mom did, that's what you're doing to me. This is where I play sad music.
Oh.
For the thumbnail, you should act like you're throwing a punch, and then I'll be sad.
I'm not hitting you.
But it's for the views.
Nobody's watching this.
Act like.
Spitting into the fire causes a toothache.
All right.
Putting on...
Wait, hold on.
Don't do it, babe. You like to roll those dice. Putting on of the left stocking first will
You
stop
like-
a toothache.
You like to.
Fuck off.
It's just a simple question. What about toothcakes?
Toothaches. You can stop a toothache by putting on your left stocking first.
Noted.
If you rub your tooth with snake skin.
Now, see, do you think there's validity to some of that? Because maybe like there's a pressure point in your left foot or something. You say yourself there's a lot of nerve endings in the foot.
Ready? Biting off a white dog turd.
Yeah.
There's some in the yard.
Here's a fun fact. You can't find white dog turds anymore.
I know, because of the dog food.
No, because a guy that because my corporeal form worked with a guy named Billy, and he said they replaced the sun because Project Bluebeam or something, and now the sun doesn't dry the turds out with radiation anymore, and the LED sun can't dry them in the same way, and now they have color. I also found Billy staring at the sun one day after work, and when I asked him what he was doing, he told me to look at it with him, and I told him I couldn't because it hurt me, and then he got fired for calling a girl a lizard girl.
So he went all the way around there instead of just thinking maybe the dog food is made out of different stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot more stories
Jesus,
about
God
Billy.
Almighty.
If you don't know what wasp dope is, that's where I learned it, because Billy told me he did it. Don't smoke Raid, guys. That'll give you a bad toothache. He had no eyebrows. He looked like Fester, and not the sexy kind.
If you pick the tooth with the needle used in making a shroud or with a coffin nail, you'll get rid of the toothache. You know, how
That's
you have
metal.
shrouds and coffin nails laying around.
I literally have both of those in
I
my
know.
studio right now.
One of the best known of these beliefs, and well recalled by the editor when but a mere boy, is "Mousy, mousy, I am giving you an old tooth. Give me a new one in its stead."
There's this little startup company called Google, and they have this app called Google Translate,
No, baby, use Deep L.
and I made my way through...
Did you just cough on that mic?
I made my way through through Copenhagen and Sweden with this app, because we got kicked off a train in Sweden and there was no English.
Yeah.
So what is it? Mousy?
Mousy, mousy.
How do you spell mousy? English to what? Dutch?
German.
I thought it was a Pennsylvania Dutch.
It's the Pennsylvania Germans. Now, they are neighbors with the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Oh, hold on.
Mäuschen, Mäuschen, ich gebe dir einen alten Zahn. Gib mir stattdessen einen neuen.
That still sounds stupid. Mäuschen.
Listen, the last thing that I wanted to say about this very, very interesting book is that it is clear to me, no matter when it was written, that witchcraft and old pagan traditions were present a long time after Martin Luther nailed his shit on the doors of the church.
Martin Luther King Jr.?
Not that one, a
He
different
died for
one.
our sins. Yeah. That's my favorite video.
I know. But again, it is interesting to me, just like here, even amongst people who are like devout or whatever, they have a lot of things that they do in their home and to tend to their loved ones that are still rooted in really old ideas and beliefs.
Around here, there's a lot of weird superstitions.
People who don't know me would not find it to be at all odd, but there are certain times of year, I have this little dish specifically from my grandmother that you're meant to put milk in and put it in the windowsill so that the fae will leave you be certain nights of the year. And I don't believe for 1 second that it's actually going to do anything, but my ass has put milk in that dish.
I mean, listen,
So.
my people are, Scottish in nature, and they were very superstitious. I don't know if it comes down from that or what, but like if you open your knife and you can't give it back to someone closed, everyone has the don't walk under ladders, the don't break mirrors, but there are a ton of, I assume from like the Fae culture in Ireland and Scotland and stuff, it just...
And it's funny because when I think about my grandmother when I was a young person, she was not that way either. She was super practical and hardworking and...
Better get the dog.
Hey, get over here. The fuck you doing?
Come here. We're sitting here talking about Fae and forests, and then a damn dog starts barking into
Growling into the dark.
You hear it walking when I turn my light off.
You know, I'm not a supernatural subscriber, but
Same.
having said that, there are things built in to my home that are, and it's not because I have any great faith that they affect the way that things go, but just because it's carved into my DNA.
What are those things in the windows you have? The witch balls.
Those are to let us
I'm
know
sorry.
if somebody is trying to
My
bewitch
bad.
our
I'm not supposed to be talking about all
asses.
that. Is that a bat? I'm not a ghost guy. I don't believe in any of that stuff, even though I used to live in a haunted building in the hood. Okay. I mean, this shit seriously looks like a fucking haunted house. I don't know about you guys, but it's really just an amazing Friday night. I love it here. But I do believe in the woods of the Appalachians.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
there are hermit people and
hermit people.
she
You
don't
remember
even- she
that
don't
night
know.
we heard that thing back there, and and I grabbed a flashlight to go save that. Oh, I'm sorry, I fucked up the mic. But I grabbed the flashlight to go out there and save it, and you were like, "Oh no, this bitch is gonna make me get rabies."
No, when stuff is screaming in the woods, I literally grew up on top of the mountain in the woods, no city water, no street lights, none of that shit. And like, if something's screaming in the woods, my ass is closing curtains and locking the door. You don't go looking for trouble in the hills. Like, it's whatever that thing done is between it and the Lord.
But what did we find out that night, though?
We didn't find out anything that night. A week later, something was screaming in the neighborhood, and I went out with my pistol, and something started running at me, and then like jumped over my head into the backyard. So after I dropped a fat load of dookie in my pants, I went out the back porch like a scared little something, and was holding my gun. I watched myself on the security cameras, the numerous security cameras that I have around, the night vision security cameras that I keep up, and watched myself stumble and bumble around the back porch in the dark. And this thing is just screaming. I mean, screaming. Oh, there's my neighbors. And another thing comes screaming, and it runs up in a tree, and then they start fighting. And it turns out it was a certain type of owl. But they took off flying up into there, and I've never felt more dumb.
They're just doing big owl things.
It's not that the woods are haunted per se, they're just intimidating because you never know what's out there.
Yeah. They're filled with things that aren't our business. And
Yeah, you just keep to yourself because you don't know. The woods are dense. They're briar, especially briar country.
yeah.
Or briar country, however you want to, briar country. You just never know what's out there, and walking around and it's stupid.
Those are all the same reasons, though, that people adopted these superstitions to begin with. It was to try and keep your loved ones safe, you know. And so that's at the bottom, I think, of probably 90% of this.
No, yeah. I don't think it's from a place of whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't begrudge superstitions.
All right, well, I guess that's it.
I don't know about all this, but I have enjoyed sitting next to you and discussing this book.
I've enjoyed staring at my neighbors in the face with this on.
Oh, come on, Dizzy, they love us.
I'm about to puke up the half a pizza I ate before we started this.
It was so good. Thank you for dinner.
Yeah. I don't have an outro. And we'll see you next time we find a weird book.
Bye.
Goodbye, if you can still see us.
Yeah, I don't know.
I brought an umbrella light out here, but I didn't turn it on.
Oh.
So this is at 25%. This is at 50%. This is all the way on. So yeah.
Okay.
So let us know in the comments below which one looks good.
They don't need to see this.
Or is it better with a campfire?
Oh, shit.
Is that spooky dookie? Maybe a skinwalking winding dude's gonna come out and spook you.
No.
Okay, I don't know how to end this. Thank you, love you, bye. What does Smokey the Bear say?
Only you can stop forest fires. And that's like super true right now because, you know, the Forest Service has been defunded.